David, who is a Magento developer on our team here at Brandastic, is going to just give us a quick walkthrough. I'm going to pass the mic to him, and he's going to just go through an overview of Magento 2.0.
This is David with Brandastic, and today we're going to be overviewing the Magento 2 administration panel. From here you'll see the front end of your store, the default theme. So now we're going to switch from the front end of the store to the administration panel. You'll be greeted with your login screen, provided you have the proper credentials. You should log in and land on your dashboard. This is going to be a high-level aggregate view of all of your store data. To view this on a more filtered level, you can select which store you'd like to view here. The majority of the order information here should update in real time. You'll also see some statistics regarding last place orders, search terms, best-selling products, most viewed, any new customers, etc. Down the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see the menu that breaks all of the separate interfaces down, grouped by most common uses. Starting at the top, we have sales. Orders is the main section here. Invoices, shipments, and credit memos are sub-items of an order object. Billing agreements related to PayPal, saving your credentials to make it easier for repeated checkouts. And then transactions are any interactions between your web store and its payment gateway. Stepping into the orders grid, you'll see again an aggregate view of all orders placed amongst your web stores. This is able to be filtered by status, any given criteria. These views can be saved for later use. And new to Magento 2, you're able to add and remove columns from this view without any additional development work. The order grid itself just gives you a high-level view of what store the order was placed from, when, by whom, its total, and its current status. Let's go ahead and look inside. Here you'll find more detailed information about the customer, whether or not they were logged in and what group they belong to, where the order's going, who it's billed to, and the contents of it. If any discounts were applied, that information would be visible here. And there's also a section for internal note-taking or leaving comments for your customer, whether or not you want them to be visible. The sub-items that we've referenced on the menu here are visible for an individual order on their respective tabs. The next major section is products, broken into two areas. Catalog is where you'll manage all of the products listed in your Magento store. Again, like the orders view, this screen is completely filterable and customizable, with these options able to be saved for later. If you wish to add a product, you have several options depending on the type of product that you'll be creating today. Creating a new product and editing a product are very similar. On a day-to-day basis, if you wish to make updates to your product, you simply have to find it in the products grid, open it up, and make your necessary changes. Adding images is very easy. Videos here, and modify your descriptions. While we're inside this product, it's worth noting that you can see the scope of any attribute noted here on the right-hand side, which lets you know if you have any additional store views or websites, how this information will be used. In addition to just managing the attribute values that are available for this product, you're also able to see which attribute set the product is assigned to, change it if you so choose, or add an additional attribute if one is currently missing. We'll touch on this again later. You have access to additional images and videos listed here, any of your SEO related values, so if you wish to use a different title for your product that would be fed to the search engines versus what's displayed on the screen, this is where that would happen. You're also able to manage which websites and/or store views your product is currently assigned to. Some more advanced options: per product pricing for sales and/or tiers, whether or not you would like to manually manage stock options, assign any custom attributes or options to your product, and determine if Magento is to show any related, upsell, or cross-sell products, which is dependent on your theme as to where those are shown. Under the Design tab, and in a few other places in Magento's administration panel, you have the option of overriding the default design assigned by your theme for this product for a specified period of time or indefinitely. And if you wish to view any of the reviews that are assigned to this product directly, that can be done here as well. Let's step over to the Category Manager for a moment. These are the category trees, or in this case, tree, that is available for any of the stores or websites that you have set up in your Magento installation. Very similar interface for managing the attributes that are assigned to them. Here you'll see the title, whether or not it's active. The URL key is how it's accessed from the front end, your product description, your category description, images, titles, etc. You even have the option of creating categories that aren't visible in your normal navigation menu. Categories can also be used as landing pages. That's why you'll see options to switch to static blocks in products, or just products, which is a standard category page. If you're on a standard category, you have options to choose how this product will, or how the products listed in this category will be sorted by default. Much like on the product screen, you have the option of overriding the custom design assigned by your Magento theme for a specified period of time, indefinitely, or even using some advanced techniques to update the layout. If you wish to add or remove products from your category, that can be done on the last tab with a simple search, select, and save. Rearranging categories on the left side here is as simple as drag and drop. If you wanted to filter down and see which categories are available in a particular store view, instead of viewing it at a high level, that can be done here as well. The next section available in the admin menu is customers. This is where you'd be able to view any customer assigned to any store in your Magento installation. You have an option for quick editing a customer simply by clicking on it, changing a few values, or some more advanced features. Let's click into the customer and you can see their account information, which website they're assigned to, their customer group, this is something your business participates in, and some basic information about the person. Here you can assign or manage their default shipping and billing addresses, see their order history. Clicking onto this would take you over here to the sales orders section, directly into their order object. Billing agreements, if they've purchased anything through PayPal and agreed to save their credentials for ease of checkout later. Whether or not they've subscribed to any of your store's newsletters. If this customer has written any product reviews, you'll be able to see all of the reviews for any of the products they've written about here. If you take advantage of the wish list features, you'll be able to see what your customer has saved to their wish list at this point. If you're interested in viewing which customers are online and shopping at the moment, that's available as well. As you can see here, the Marketing tab contains some more interesting features. If you're going to be managing pricing, sales, coupons, etc., this is where that would take place. Unlike a coupon, the catalog pricing rules apply to the front end of the store on any particular category based on criteria that you select. For example, 20% off all women's and men's pants on our main website store for any customer group, as long as the category is applicable. Choose the categories that you would want to restrict it to here, and then the Actions tab, you'll see where the discount takes place. Switching over to cart price rules, which rather than taking place in the category portions of your website, take place in the cart and checkout areas. As you can see here, they don't necessarily require a coupon, but if you're going to use coupons, this is where you would manage them. With a similar interface to the catalog price rules, you'll see there's some slight variances, but most of the options are the same. You're going to have to choose your description, who it's going to apply to, and which websites it's relevant for. If you're going to use a coupon code, you can specify it, or use auto generation, or you can even automatically apply the promotion, not requiring a coupon at all, as long as your specified criteria are met. You can see here that Magento offers a few different types of promotions out of the box to fit some of the major use cases for sales. Labels manage what your customer sees when the discount is applied on the cart page or when they review their order later. If you're going to use coupon auto generation, this is where you would handle creating the new coupon codes and specifying any criteria such as how long they should be and what types of characters they should contain. As with all e-commerce platforms, when placing orders, creating accounts, etc., your store is going to need to communicate with your customer. The default Magento theme contains pre-built emails for all of these actions. However, if you wish to modify them to fit your theme, you can choose which email you want to work with, load the template, and then have it modified from here. If you're managing your newsletter from your Magento store, this is the interface that you'd use to set up templates to prepare to send out another message. The newsletter queue is where you would see the messages that are prepared to be sent out, and newsletter subscribers is where you would manage the list of customers that have opted in. While this section might seem slightly more complex, URL rewrites allows you to see how the front-end website URL that you would visit correlates to an actual product that's assigned to. Normally, you won't have to manage any of this, as it would be done through editing the product, but if you wish to add an additional URL to direct to a product page or a category page, this is where that would take place. Anytime a customer places a search from the front end, the search term is stored in the search terms grid, where it can be viewed later to see the number of results, number of times it's been used, and much like the URL rewrites, if you wish to direct this search term to a specific page, that can be done as well. Here we'll see settings for how Magento handles sitemaps for your various websites you've created. It's always a good idea to enable sitemap generation on a per store level. That way the search engines are able to find any new content that you've created or any content that may have changed. Touched on briefly directly through the product's editing screen, and again while looking into the customer account, this is the review management screen. It's an aggregate view of all products from any of your customers on any of your sites. The next major section available in the menu is content. If you're going to create a new page, let's start there. As you can see, these are the pages that came loaded by default with our default Magento installation. Like many of the other records, you have a quick edit option allowing you to change the URL key that the page is accessible from, as well as its title, and some basic template information. That same information is able to be changed once you open the page for editing, but here you'll also see a content editor screen, as well as the option to edit your content directly using HTML markup. Once again, a design tab allows you to make changes to the specified defaults provided by your Magento theme, giving you the ability to apply a new design to this page for either a specified period of time or indefinitely. And lastly, when editing a page, it gives you the option of specifying meta keywords and description to be picked up by the search engine. As you can see from this menu, Magento comes with a pretty robust set of reports right out of the box, covering the majority of the things that you might want to see on a day-to-day basis when checking in on how your stores are doing. Some of the more advanced reports require you to specify some criteria about the time frame that you wish to view information. As you can see, out of the box, Magento gives you a fairly robust amount of reporting options, depending on what you want to see as you're checking in on how your stores are doing. For example, here's review information for all of the products. Moving slightly out of the day-to-day operational functions, let's step into some of the store configuration. Let's see what we have. All the mention of different website and store views, this is where you would create a new one. Websites give you the ability of separating completely categories, products, promotions, etc., where store views, you may want to repurpose some of this information and apply a different theme. When you step down into a store view, you may even want to just apply a different language to the same set of products and themes specified before. When setting up a new store or website view, it's important to remember that the configuration has to be specified to override any of the defaults that it may have inherited from the website or store above it. Based on your business model, if you wish to specify any terms and conditions that must be accepted before a customer completes checkout, that's now an option as well. Again, these terms and conditions can be specified, much like many things in Magento, down to an individual store view. Taking a step back to how products are managed, let's take a look at the attributes. These are all the options that were available on the product editing screen based on the attribute set that was selected. So based on the information that you wish to display on your products, you could add new attributes here and then assign them to sets based on the types of products that they were meant to represent. When you create your new product, you would choose the appropriate attribute set, and then relevant descriptive fields will be available for you to choose the information that you wish to be seen on the product detail page for your customers. You have similar options with ratings, depending on how you wish people to rate your products. Customer groups allow you to segment your pricing, potentially which products are viewed, and how promotions are applied based on where the customer fits into your business. And in the system menu, you'll see you have many options for configuring or managing data in your base Magento install. Importing and exporting existing information, adding API keys for third-party vendors to be able to access your system, Magento's many advanced cache management settings. With all the options available through the administrative interface, you may wish to restrict some of this based on who it is that's logging in. If you have customer service employees, they may not want to see everything, or rather, you might not want them to see everything, and you might want to grant additional access to third-party developers, etc. Let's step into that a little bit. Here we have just the one admin user set up, but what is it that they can access? Let's go into user roles. By default, you'll see an administrative role, which grants access to everything. But if we're going to create a new role, here you can see basically everything can be granted or restricted access. Hired a new sales analyst? Let's only let them view orders. Let's pretty straightforward to manage. Assign your new role and name, save it, and then once you create a user, you can just assign them to that role, and that's all they'll be able to see. Need to export data for use in a third-party system? Let's see how that works. Pull our product information to a CSV file, and filter down our results by any of the available attributes that we've set up before. And there we are. And on the Magento system menu, you'll see you have several options for either batch importing data to either add or update existing products, customers, etc. that are in your system, exporting data for use in third-party systems or to prepare for re-importing with the new updates. Extensions allows you to create API users so that third-party services can log into your Magento store. And under Tools, you'll see Magento's cache and index management features in order to keep data organized on the back end for speedy retrieval. The Permissions section will allow you to regulate access for all of your administrative users, keeping them in their various roles.
That was a quick tutorial of David giving a walkthrough of Magento 2.0. If you have any other questions or would like to talk to our team, just go to brandastic.com and just get connected with us. Thanks for your time.